Yo, what's good, guys? Welcome back
Yes,
to the
sir.
Splash Cast.
And Sarah, welcome back.
I'm Bishop,
And I am Noah.
and today we are here to discuss
Yup.
natural disasters.
Yes, sir.
We each both have a topic that we would like to talk about. My first topic I would like to talk about is Hurricane Katrina.
Yes, sir. Hurricane Katrina. And today I will be doing a tornado that happened in North Dakota, June 20th, 1957. And I will be discussing about that today.
And my disaster was Hurricane Katrina, and
Yes, sir.
mine's happened in August 23 of 2005, which doesn't seem too far away
Yeah,
from
it's
when
not
yours
too-
took place.
Exactly.
Even though yours took place in 1957, which is a big difference. But anyway, yeah. So what happened? What happened in your disaster that caused your tornadoes? And
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Where did it happen? If you know, when did it happen?
Right. Oh, yeah. That's a good question, man. So, this tornado took place in June 20th, 1957, and this tornado caused over 115 casualties, with 12 people dying and over 103 injuries.
That's a lot of deaths and a lot of injuries.
Yeah, man.
For a natural disaster.
Yep. It was crazy, man. There was a lot of stuff going on during this time. So, people had to. It took recovery. The people's recovery took a long time and whatnot. So it was very.
Yeah, I remember for my disaster for Hurricane Katrina. I think mine's we have that mine's cost over not cost my bad 1,392 deaths.
Oh my goodness!
And it also not only that caused 1,392 people that were injured. So the amount of people that was injured was the total amount of deaths that happened in mine. And it was over 12,000 missing adults, and it was 8,000 unsolved for the children.
Lord have mercy.
So it's
very tragic, man.
That's very tragic indeed. And mine took place. Matter of fact, the Gulf Coast of Louisiana and Alabama. So this was very unfortunate for them.
Yeah.
For this.
Very unfortunate, man. That is very sad to hear. And I just want to parallel something else with that. And it's obviously very tragic. But getting back to the tornado situation, as I was saying, this tornado also caused over more than 1,300 homes.
What?
Yes, 1,300 homes were damaged.
That's insane.
Yeah, man, and it was very devastating. In the tornado, it stretched. Actually, it stretched from North Dakota to all the way to Minnesota. That's almost like 70 miles.
You're joking.
Yeah, man, it was very devastating. The tornado also caused over $25 million in property damage.
That's insane.
Very crazy, man. Very crazy.
That's actually insane. Mine's effect, it's a lot to happen with mine for real. Caused over $500,000 to $497,000 of damage for home disasters. That's insane for the unfortunate people that had their homes there that sadly lost their homes.
Oh my goodness, man.
You know the amount of pets that people had that could have had in these houses that sadly passed away due to this cause of this hurricane that was so tragic.
That was very bad. That's very bad to hear.
And it also affected the New Orleans area and transportation. It caused a lot of power outages and forest damage. So the forest really did have a big impact on this hurricane, and pretty much the whole wildlife that was in that forest probably, or the animals sadly washed away. I know over like 300,000 to 230,000 people lost their jobs.
Oh my goodness!
Unfortunate for them. Like I couldn't be in that time, and I was working, and my job. I got found out. Not even found out in that situation that happened to me, and sadly losing my job. I don't even know how to think the process to figure out how to get me another job. I don't even know where I would start. I would feel like my life is all over, bro. I would feel like so crushed.
My goodness, man.
Like. And then, like, don't let me have any, like, animals or something like that.
Right.
Like, my heart would be solely crushed. I don't even think I would be able to go to work for, like, 2-3 years.
Oh, my goodness, man. I would be, man. That's just very tragic to hear, and considering the damage that was done upon even, in Louisiana and whatnot. It's very tragic to hear.
It really is.
And that's very sad, all of those animals that died, all of those people, that lost their lives, and all of the people that were injured, and all of the damage done to properties and whatnot. It's very sad to hear, and I'm going to correlate this with North Dakota. So getting back to the tornado again, this tornado, this category was on F5, that's the highest category in a tornado, where it's the most devastating.
That's insane.
Yeah, man, it's sad. It was F5 on the Fujitia scale, if I'm not mistaken. This tornado tore through almost 70 miles of damage through
insane.
North Dakota to Minnesota, as I said earlier, and it sometimes affects people till this day. But thankfully, there was over 15 communication trucks that helped out to clean up the mess and whatnot, to help the people recover and get food supplies and whatnot, because the tornado had done massive damage upon North Dakota during this time. So it was a very tragic thing during this time. People had to gather resources again, because, as I said, there was over $25 million done in damage towards property.
Indeed.
And yeah, it was over 1,300 homes that were completely obliterated by this this ongoing tornado.
Strong windstorm.
Strong windstorm, man. It was insane. And yeah, but thankfully there was a lot of people that helped out. As I said, over 15 communication trucks, and thankfully North Dakota has recovered.
Yeah, the only thing I would say about that I'll have one question for is about the emergency response time, right, and how, like, were they fast, were they slow,
right,
like how did they go about the situation,
right,
how did they try to resolve the situation,
right, yeah.
And I like how you said, when you said it affect people today,
right.
Can you go into more tell me more details about how it still affects people today?
Oh yeah, no problem, man. So when I say a sentence that this tornado still affects people today, I mean that it affects people in a way, not much in a way physically, but mentally, because of the damage that was done upon the city. How people still, like this when they come back to, go back to this memory,
right,
in June 20th, 1957, they remember, how some children died, even, adults died. There was over 15 casualties. Thankfully, there was only about 103 injuries. Only 103 people got injured, but the rest of the people died, unfortunately. So it's more of a mental impact than a physical impact.
Right.
And it causes these people to, look back upon this. And actually, it just hit June 20th. So now it's been about what? It's almost been about what? Like 60 plus years. And it still affects people to this day mentally. And not so much physically, but mentally. And the second question you said was, how long did it take for, people around North Dakota to help these people out?
Because I'm pretty sure people have many questions about the response time, and if, for that situation that happened, that current event, like, they want to know the response time, like how fast did they get there? Were they quick with it? Were they slow with it?
Exactly, right.
Were they careless? Did they not care? How was the people treated?
Right, yeah. That's a good question. So getting back to that, the people actually responded quite quickly. The tornado, I am actually unaware of how long it lasted, but it did leave devastating damage. But the people responded actually pretty quickly. It was over 15 communication trucks that helped, clear up the damage and whatnot. And there was also emergency crews helping to aid the people and whatnot. And this happened actually fairly quickly. It didn't happen under like a 2-week duration. They took like 2 weeks to come and whatnot. This happened very quickly, and the emergency crews and the communication trucks were helping these people out to recover during this time. And it's just really sad to hear, man. It's really sad.
And when you say emergency crew, can you specify what do you mean by emergency crew?
Yeah, no problem, man. So what I mean by emergency crew is, I mean people who work on the medical team and to help people out recover from their wounds or from their injuries and whatnot. So emergency crew is just going to be people who work within the medical field to help people, like if they're injured, like for instance the tornado, it injured them, and it killed some people. So the people on the emergency crew, team or / medical team, they help people recover. They obviously are going to check to see if someone has wounds and whatnot.
Right.
See if they are what's the word? If they are oh my God, I lost the word. If they are affected by a life-threatening injury. So that is what I mean by emergency crews slash medical team. People will work on the medical team to help people recover during these, times like this. It's very tragic to hear.
It really is tragically to hear. Your storm is like, even though it's different from mine, it still caused the same type of destruction.
Yeah, man.
The same type of disaster.
Right.
People at loss. People affected.
Yeah.
And at least yours. It sounds like yours was quite handled under control.
Right.
It sounded like your that the emergency crew handled everything pretty well.
Right.
Do you know any of the organizations that was involved in the recovery, like any government agencies that aided in the tornado, if there were any government agencies, or was it just only the emergency crew?
Yeah. That's a good question. I'm actually unaware if there was any government agencies involved. If I'm not mistaken, though, I'm pretty sure that a government agency would be involved anytime that there's a natural disaster, if I'm not mistaken. But yes, there was emergency crews mainly helping the people out.
But the only reason why I said that, because there is different type of agencies that that do handle these type of disasters, and that are pretty much only made for that area or that specialization per se, if I'm saying that correctly.
Yeah, correct.
Because the agencies that were affected in my natural disaster had to be FEMA. The Coast Guard was also involved. You had the National Guard that was also pretty much involved. They also had got the Department of Defense.
Oh man.
On this case too. Not pretty much this case, but this disaster. And they also had Department of Transportation, because, like I said in the beginning, transportation was a big issue. Because it did, in fact, like I said, impact New Orleans area and places like that.
Man,
and a lot of businesses been affected for trade and transportation. And the losses that these people that they had, I could be mistaken, exceeded to like $2 billion, which is a lot. And the number of people can't measure out the amount of damage that was caused. The number of people that was affected had to be around like 1.5 million to 1.2 million people evacuating their homes, plus the people that were affected. And it also like impacted children and elderly people. Like, could you imagine being 80 years old or 70 years old, unable to like really walk, run, or do any stuff like that, and you could be living by yourself, and then out of nowhere, a crazy storm like this, a crazy disaster like this of a hurricane, just completely like, that's unimaginable. That's like it's very hard, and I'm very sorry for the amount of people that had lost their lives there, and the amount of people that lost their homes to that day.
It's very bad.
I could be wrong, but I did say the exact date. Like you said in the beginning, I don't know exactly how long the storm lasted per se. I don't know if it was in the daytime, at night, could this have been in the evening?
Exactly. Yeah.
But they didn't when I say they, I mean the government agency didn't specify like when the disaster happened, or they could have, and you guys that probably are listening to the podcast can probably go research and reach out to us and let us know this. If you have any idea what time that this disaster had happened. But unfortunately for right now, for this podcast, we have no idea.
We have no information.
But just the recovery, chaotic emergency efforts, like the weeks to months after the event. I can say that I don't think my agency had the best way of handling this disaster, like how they did like for the emergency crew for your disaster. Mine's it was a difficult start to for the stabilization,
right, exactly.
for the storm, failures in emergency management, just a lot.
Right.
But then they also began rebuilding. They
Right.
the people started rebuilding their buildings and houses, stuff
Right.
like that. But as you do know, it did cause a lot of trauma and grief,
Yeah, that's it's very bad.
which would be understandable for any national disaster or family that has
Right.
that had any loved ones or family members that lost their lives into this storm.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
But
Yeah, and I just wanted to ask you one question.
Yeah.
So like I understand that you may not be able to necessarily like give the exact answer to this, but how long do you think it took the people of the city to recover from this tragic event, man?
Well, I'm pretty sure they have research to say how long this happened, but for me, for what I know so far, it seemed to take about probably like maybe 6 years per se,
Man, that is
because it was also due to the, like how I said in the beginning, the process of rebuilding and
Right.
them rebuilding their houses and businesses trying to,
Right.
you know what I'm saying, that had to take a long time
Exactly, yeah,
because
yeah.
it's not easy to
Exactly, yeah.
build a house or stuff like that. It takes time and it takes years.
Yeah.
Because also since it was a big event,
Right.
the lack of probably support or the lack of people that they had to cover this situation
Right.
or to do those certain jobs probably weren't available at the time that
Yeah.
the people needed them to be, and it really caused a big impact, like I said again, for everybody that went through this
Man.
this disaster. And yeah, but the government was involved in the recovery, which was a big help. The massive federal spending exceeded to
Right.
about 140 billion.
Oh my goodness, that's a lot of money.
The volunteers, the American Red Cross,
Mm.
so very thankful
Yep.
for them. And
Yes, very
this
thankful.
just
Yeah, this is a very tragic event.
like I want to say this could be really off topic, but there's really no way to. I mean, there's a way, because now the research that we have now and
Right, exactly.
accessibility that we have now, that we are able to prepare for different types of storms like
Exactly.
tornadoes
Right,
or blizzards, snowstorms, stuff
exactly.
like that. The research that we have now help us to be able to prepare for these things.
Exactly.
But there's no true say how somebody could truly prepare for a disaster such as these and the magnitude that they are.
Right, exactly.
It's like I can't like imagine
Yeah, it would
like
be,
being able to help in that situation.
It would be. It would be. Yeah.
Like you could be trying to thinking in your mind trying to survive a mini tornado, or in your mind you can think, oh, this tornado not gonna be bad. It might just blow a couple trees, might come down, and stuff like that. But to cause destruction, you have no home, your house falling apart. It's just you weren't prepared for that, and a lot of people weren't. But
Very true.
a lot of people did try to evacuate when this was about to happen, but unfortunately not so many people were able to evacuate, like I said in the beginning. But I do like to point out a good quote from and it's from George W. Bush.
George W. Bush.
And he said, and Brownie, you're doing a heck of a job by President George Bush during a visit to the Gulf Coast. So that in my mind, I'm thinking that as they did try to help the people.
Right.
It wasn't like they were careless. Yeah, they were probably slow in the beginning. Yeah, they were probably unable to like help the situation, probably minimal staff and stuff like that. But at least it do show in the process of them still trying to help the community and trying to help the people that did have a rough time during this disaster and stuff like that.
Very bad, man.
And just it's just really hard, man.
Yeah, this is definitely a very hard topic to touch upon, even when it correlates to the idea of natural disasters, because there's you never know when a natural disaster is ever going to hit you, and sometimes you get pre-warned. This is why people were trying to move out the city, and now all of the people could to move out at the same time, and some of the people were stuck in there, and they got caught up in the devastation of the tornado, and which is why I think we have to always be prepared for situations like this. They're very, very, very unfortunate, especially like when you speak about tornadoes or hurricanes. Imagine you're just in your house, you're chilling, you're enjoying your life, and then suddenly there's this tornado that just tears through your house, and I mean,
my PlayStation 5 gone. My game.
God, my PlayStation 5 is gone. Just imagine all of the destruction is done. Like, and you have to think about even the people of the lower class, right? You got to think about people who don't have a lot of money. They just may be living on food stamps, and then you parallel this with the government, obviously today trying to cut off food stamps, right? I mean, come on, right? It's very hard. And imagine this devastation just rips through your house. You have nothing at all.
My TV.
Oh my goodness.
My TV gone. Everything gone. The food gone. Like imagine going to the store that same day, getting food, and then the same day, all of it's just gone. You just spent over like probably $400-$300 worth of food, and all of it's just done.
My God, it's bad. He's right. Bishop is right. So this is why you need to be prepared, people. Anytime you are warned about a natural disaster, you should leave and pack as much as things with you as possible, especially if it's on an F5 scale of natural devastation or natural disasters. Yeah. You should be prepared because things like this happen all the time unexpectedly. Okay, and if you are warned, act immediately. Take as much food as you need. Mm-hmm. Take batteries, clothes, etc. Take all of these stuff. Take all of these things with you. Get all of the essentials and whatnot. Make sure you're prepared.
And just on top of that, like the same thing what you said. Be prepared.
Exactly.
Like, and people want to wonder, how could this disaster have been prevented or impacted, reduced, less? Like, people want to know how could this have been prevented? Right. And the truth is, you want to know what the truth is?
What's the truth, man?
The truth is, this couldn't have been prevented. There's no truth to really how to prevent a disaster from coming like this. Unless you're some sort of superhero that got some sort of superpowers that you can control the weather, or you can do something of that magnitude to you can stop a storm or protect people, then there's no way that you can prevent what you said, a 5-level scale disaster as such as that.
It's sad.
And it really is sad, and my heart still goes out to those people that really lost their lives and the damages to the houses. And like on that day, that could have been a triggering day and a triggering year for those people. So the people that went through that now probably have to come to a realization on that day when it comes. And they're just like, I lost my house on that day. That's when my whole day just like basically their canon event.
Yeah, man, it's crazy, and it's.
Are you trying not to laugh, bro?
No, it's had something in my throat. I'm sorry, guys, but it's I'm sorry, guys, but it's definitely tragic, especially when that next year comes and that date hits, and you realize, oh man, a year ago I lost this and I lost that. It's definitely very traumatic, especially to like little kids, and how like. Just imagine inside of the perspective of a little kid when they think back upon the things that happened to them on this specific date in the past, a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, a decade ago. It may even affect them permanently. It may give them permanent trauma. It's a very bad thing, and when they reflect and like, oh man, I lost everything on this day. You know what I'm saying? It's just bad, and it affects people mentally too. So that's why. This is like correlating to a very old question I said about like 15 minutes ago. When it correlates to, it's more, the disaster is more affecting people mentally than physically. It still affects people to this day. even though it happened 20 years ago, 30 years ago, 40 years ago, etc., it still affects people mentally, and it's just very traumatic to hear. It's very sad to hear that these people they went through all of these things and whatnot. It's very sad.
It really is.
Yeah.
It really is sad. And I think we pretty much covered our topics today.
Yeah.
Yours with tornadoes and mine with hurricanes.
Right.
So I think this podcast is coming to a great end.
Yes.
I think we covered great topics. I think we went over some really important things that people will want to know, and probably some things that people might have questions about that I feel like we probably answered them and help them understand.
Yep.
Again, this is Splash Crew.
Yes, sir.
And I'm Bishop.
And I am Noah.
And thank you for joining our podcast. You feel me?
Thank you very much.